Hello, today I'm going to explain my observation from the video Timeline of World History. From this video, the author set a very clear goal or objective in the beginning of his video. He also states what we as a learner can learn from his video. He addresses how history can be divided into ages and the important turning points of the world history. For planning an instructional activity, we can articulate the objectives of what a student can take away in the beginning of our lectures. The technique we can use here is to find out specific learning objective. Then I observed that he gives audience basic explanation by showing illustration or visual aids of how the timeline looks like. He explained how to use the chart, including how to read it in different sections and various features about the chart. Cognitive domain of learning is used in this video. Students are able to comprehend the chart by explaining the flow of the time. Besides, students can also explain the different part of the world by using the horizontal section of the chart. We can employ the use of illustration to deepen students' impression and lighten their burden of memory. Besides, we can use simple to complex pattern to design our instructional activity. Simple facts or ideas can be brought up to help audience to understand contents being presented later on. Here, the speaker defines the key terms like AD, Anno Domini, and BC, before Christ. The author also developed his idea chronologically from the past to the present. This method is beneficial when we plan instructional activity involving timeline. For example, we can apply this to the development of radio navigation system, departure en route arrival operation lesson, types of approaches lesson. We can tell them the oldest one to the newest one. Approach call-outs, we can say which one comes first and which one comes last, and etc. Students can organize their thought in a predictable fashion. One law of learning that I learned from this video is law of recency. The speaker states important similarities that can be seen in the transition between each time period in the end of his video. The law of recency can be applied in my teaching by adding summary that repeats, restates, and re-emphasizes important points at the end of the lesson to help learner recall the values of the lesson. After student has learned the important historical event in human history, student will be able to demonstrate knowledge by recalling key events in each age periods. Assessment tools such as multiple choice tests can be used if this was taught in a class. A minimum passing score of 70% from that multiple choice test can be a completion standard if this was taught in a class. Lecture method is the delivery method used in this video. The speaker delivers information about timeline chart with little or no participation by learners. This method can be employed if we instruct large group of students. Speaker can present many ideas in a very short time. However, speakers do not have precise measure of learners' understanding of the material. From my observation, demonstration performance is not used in this context. The speaker does not evaluate their student performance and does not supervise students' physical or mental skills. 5 phases of demonstration performance are explanation, demonstration, learner's performance, instructor supervision, and evaluation. This method is usually employed in flight training. Instructor will explain maneuver on the ground. Then demonstration of procedure accompanying verbal explanation, also known as instructor tells, instructor does, followed by learners tells, instructor does. Subsequently, learners will perform under instructor supervision. And lastly, instructor will evaluate students' performance and give some feedback. Usually, lecture method will develop intellectual abilities and cognitive domain is the domain of learning mainly used in this video. In conclusion, the technique that I would like to try in my next instructional activity are using simple to complex pattern, past to present pattern to organize my lesson. Besides, I would like to try to apply law of recency and employ lecture method when delivering information to a large group of students. Other technique that I am interested in is discussing method. I think students will be more focused when they are engaged in the discussion. Thank you.